Alright, so now that we're done with whatever that was, welcome to Part 16 of Neo.
It was just river talk, Shiroi.
Yeah, rivers are wet.
Oh, alright, here's another character from me.
Well, look who it is.
Oh yeah, I forgot this first. Mr. Ryoji of all trades. What do you think he's up to?
Scamming his employees out of money.
These stuffed animals just ain't selling.
There you go, sure. Now he's selling stuffed animals. Look at him.
I'll be able to finish the job at this rate.
Well, mate, it doesn't help where you kill real animals and stuff them with foam.
I'll come up with a way to get him out to take off.
I've got it. We'll buy them off him and use them to distract the other teams with.
We just push him hard enough, folks. I'll buy him.
You'll notice that the plushies he's selling are yellow boars.
These babies are taking sheepwear by the store. Get them while they're hot. They're creepy cute. So ugly, they're adorable.
No.
I mean, that actually is a thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Really cute.
Yes.
I assume this is one of the odd jobs he has taken on.
No kidding.
Remember, the Garbage Paul Kids did have a toy line that was marketable.
Yeah, that was the whole gimmick with the Garbage Pail Kids.
This guy must have been one of the guys who agreed to work for the Shredder despite getting mutated, just to get that quick, easy money.
I guess so, yeah.
Again, you have to wonder, how much is it worth it, dudes?
Come
Not
on.
much, probably.
Apparently nothing, because past me will take... go ahead, sure.
Peddling wares at a client's request.
Indeed.
And you see, Java is into the NFT pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay. To Ryoji's credit, he will never resort to NFTs in this game.
I don't know, again, maybe you know him more to him, because you've seen the entire game, but so far he gives me that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, so far, he seems like the guy who would totally be in on the NFT stuff, even past the point where NFTs have more or less died, because he does not exactly seem to be the sharpest tool in the shed either.
And it's all thanks to us. He wouldn't be able to work if we hadn't cleared out that noise yesterday. Can't say he's doing too great of a job, though.
Oh well, not our problem.
They're doing a parallel to what happened with Makoto in the first game.
Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it.
See, the sad thing is Makoto seemed to actually start off as a decent person. Ryoji just seems to be somebody who delves into the pyramid scheme.
Go ahead, Cherry.
Indeed. Reading minds is one thing, but changing them is a different matter entirely.
Just ask Oliver.
It's a typical Citizen Kane story, Jova. Alright. Basically, I realized that I passed that line too late, so too early. So just in case Shiri wasn't able to read it, I decided to bring up the chat log just in case she needed a second chance at reading it. Again, classic Citizen Kane story. You know, a poor kid starts off humble, then gets rich. The money goes to his head. He gets completely corrupted. And he loses complete sight of who he once was. Again, classic story. So
I wonder if Ryuji ever reached the point of being rich, though.
I mean, considering how much of a shit businessman he is, I'm gonna go with no.
Exactly. And again, unlike Makoto, he does not seem like the most decent person either.
Alright, and now we're gonna meet a new team leader, and this one will be played by me. Hey, you there! Buongiorno.
Oh my god.
I'll explain. I'll explain the thing with Motoi's dialogue later.
Huh?
I guess he's a guy who likes to speak foreign languages occasionally.
Yeah, you're on the right ball. Hey there, whoever you are. Oh, phew. I wasn't sure if you'd hear me, but perfecto.
Ah, yes, the gratuitous Italian.
Good?
No, he's gonna do something different too.
Perfect. Oh?
I'm gonna explain his deal later. You three must be players. Wait. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Le Machin Tornade, right?
Now he's saying
they're going to
guessed earlier.
basically Dwebs. If you want an early peek, he's a guy who's a tourist who's been around for a lot of countries, and he picks up a lot of terms and he likes using them. May Chantonade. Oh, I thought you might be those new Wicked Twisters. Oh yeah, he was saying Wicked Twisters in French. Are you with the Reapers then?
Yes,
like one of
we
those
are
people who,
totally
like,
Reapers.
uses-
No. You were perfecto the first time. Aye, super glad I ran into you. Gotta give gracias to fate for bringing us together.
That's Spanish.
I wonder,
just used.
wonder how many of these languages he's going to speak that aren't a language option in this game.
Aye.
Damn.
Someone remembers the fonts. Go ahead, Shiroi. In a very down.
Hi.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's a fan of the fonts.
Well, the font said, "Hey."
Well, remember he's even doing the.
probably.
Well, remember he's even doing the 2 thumbs up. So
Yeah, true. Yeah, he is.
yeah. Whoops. Guess I forgot to introduce myself. But you probably already know who I am.
No.
You're sure of yourself.
Why don't you just go for it anyway? Aye, it would be my pleasure.
Does he speak Portuguese at any point?
Actually, yes, Dwips.
It's already test there.
And he has a laptop with a heart on it. Mi nombre es Motoi Anazawa.
That's not Portuguese, is it?
No, that's Spanish.
That's Spanish.
I'll tell you when it's Portuguese. That's Spanish for my name is Motoi
Oh
Anazawa.
God, no, he's evil.
I'm the leader of the Purehearts.
Oh, let me guess. The Pure Hearts are secretly the evil team. Just call them Pure Hearts to ward off the scent.
Yeah, I think I understand though.
The leader of the Pure Hearts, huh?
Jeez, getting thrown into this game without any prior warning.
You know, dying.
Yep.
Yeah, generally life sends out warnings when you're about to die.
It would drive me loco, but I'm already dead.
Shiroi.
Oh no, no,
Shiroi,
sorry. I should stay true to his gimmick. It
Also,
would drive me
Shiroi.
loco, but I'm already caught.
Quelle surprise,
warning.
am I right?
Also, warning. Shiroi, tell that to Truck-kun.
What?
Oh, speaking of
Truck-kun
the game.
technically does not
Oh,
give warnings when he sends people to the Shadow Realm.
Speaking of the game, how goes La Missione?
La missione, that's Italian.
Missione. Oh, is it Missione?
You
Oh, yeah, you're
aren't
right.
from
Sorry.
around here,
Sorry.
Are you?
That's rude.
Somewhat fitting, because sometimes they can be a bit rude to tourists sometimes.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, as we've discussed before, the tourists often start it. Like,
Not sure, yeah, but Japan can be kind of racist themselves.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Obviously.
Wrongs absolutely do not make it right. Like, Japan, great place to visit. Not an ideal place to live.
Don't be fooled by my impeccable pronunciation. I'm as Japanese as curry rice.
Like, I would love to visit there over and over again, but I could never live there.
I just travel a ton, that's all. I was quite the international sightseer while I was alive.
Yeah,
Let alone-
Yeah, again, that's my main holiday goal.
Go ahead,
So
Shira.
you were a tourist?
There you go.
Getting paid to vacation.
There's also
That is a job.
yeah, and they're also going to
Yeah.
explain exactly how the exact process of how he goes about it. Actually, so we're going to elaborate
I'm
on
not
it.
too surprised. There are a lot of content creators that make their buck
Yeah.
off of visiting, touring, and giving videos on that stuff.
It's interesting you say that, Jova. I'll get back to you later.
Okay, then.
Professional tourist. I prefer citizen of the world, but yes, there's nothing like taking a deep breath at the airport.
And then getting hit by a plane.
You just had to...
Oh god, if that's how he died.
Oh, Chile.
And inhaling the pathogens?
All the pathogens.
Oh, she's a germaphobe.
Is that how he died? He got drunk.
No,
Wandered out onto the
Jova,
runway and got
remember,
hit
Jova,
by
this
a
game...
plane.
Yes, Theo?
No, it wasn't important.
Well, we have the time, so go ahead.
Don't remember.
It's about the
was about the
pathogens
airport.
not necessarily being germophobic, but
Alright. In that case... But yeah, so taking a deep breath at the airport. Que alegria. I think you and I will get along smashingly.
aha.
I cannot fathom engaging with you any further.
There you go.
You are our enemy, after all.
I'm going to explain again. I'm going to explain because there's a specific thing regarding his localization trivia that will elucidate a lot of things. Good job. Good job, boss. You totally own him.
He's just happy to not be the one she's dissing for once.
That too, yeah. So, is there anything I can help you with?
I'm kind of curious about the other teams.
There you go. So the game will use this as to explain to you the various teams. Go ahead.
How far along they are, who they are even.
Let's see. There's yours truly, then Kanon, and Fuya, and of course the Ruinbringers.
4 different factions.
So there's 4 other teams.
Exactly.
Long ago, the 4 teams lived in
Esattamente.
unity.
As for how they're doing with the mission, I'm afraid even I can say. Basically, that Esattamente can both be Spanish and Portuguese. They're written the same way in both languages, so it can go either way. Unless, so much for helping us.
Well, hey, at least now you know how many teams there are.
I can say, though, that something seems different about Fuya. Je ne sais quoi. That's the one everybody knows how to pronounce, of course, because it's said all the time. I should mention he's the leader of the Deep River Society. They're the ones into rivers.
Ah, those guys.
Yes.
Listen, they just really like water.
I've got a hunch he's been biding his time, waiting for this day to come. So yeah, a genuine strategy is teams who wait for this day to get serious, basically. He knows if his team performs really well today, they can easily escape last place, which is where you 3 are right now. Oh, but I don't mean that in a bad way.
You're
There
gonna
is
die
no
again,
other
but I
way
don't
for
mean
it
that in a
being
bad
bad.
She right?
There's no good way to be in last place. Oh, sorry, is there a good way to be in last place?
I mean, if you're doing the inverse challenge like those in Mario Party,
Gotta what?
Yeah, because I remember watching SGB playthrough and there was like one game where they had to finish in last place to win.
it is a very popular type of fan challenge, Liz.
Gotta love
What do you
the
mean this isn't like golf?
Mario
Party
chibi
is
noodles.
one of those few games where being in last place could actually be your key to winning.
That doodle from Nagi could totally be a phone emote.
Also, Shiroi, you say that they're into water. Well, of course, they're just that thirsty.
What I mean is that you 3 are in last place because you just joined. In other words, your presence is keeping the DRS afloat, which means they're the ones we have to take down. But if you give it your all today, I'd say their ship is sunk. Of course, they recognize this, so they're probably gonna give it their all too.
Guess that means we're the underdogs.
Yep.
Been
That
that way
means you
from
have
the
a
start. Exactly. Again, I'm convinced that the Ruinbringers kept you busy because they know underdogs have a tendency to pull that.
Is that why
kind of
Mr. Minami
victory.
said we needed to cheat to win?
that's about all I've heard. Anything else I can do for you?
Should we take him out?
Not that I can think of. What's Spanish for piss off?
You sure? Nothing else your pal Motoi can help you with? Dibs.
I guess it'd be nice if you knew a way for us to talk to people on the street.
Oh yeah, it's like they don't even know we're there. And this is where the game uses that to introduce another... there you go. Ah, que claro. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do aside from imprinting. So there you go, the imprinting from the first game returns.
Wake up!
Imprinting? Oh, oops. Did I slip back into French? Nope, I just have no idea what that is.
Well, you see... Don't
And
do
guess
it.
what? And guess what? Unlike the first game... Oh, go ahead. Guys, really? But it's one of the fundamental powers afforded to us. Unfortunately, Motoi, nobody has been really very kind in explaining things to us. Except for maybe Karia. Us, being the players, that is.
And what does it allow us to do, pray tell? Couldn't
Yeah, drop the foreign language shit and tell us straight, or else capriacci.
Go ahead, Shuri.
Couldn't show ever explain this to us.
That would imply...
I said piss off.
Shuri, that would require him to give a shit about us.
Wasn't there that guy
Fair.
with the hat that explained only things in SMS?
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, why hasn't he brought that up?
That's a good question. I don't know. But fun fact: they don't actually use the term meme this time. They use the term keywords because they are, unlike Koji Fox back in 2008. Matt Ford already knows this. Oh yeah, if we use the meme term again, remember Shiroi was also saying in our play for the first game that even though it's a different use, she couldn't quite take the word seriously. So there you go, Shiroi. They changed it to keyword this time.
The memes are the DNA of our souls. We shouldn't deny them.
Well, you take a word that pops into your head, you know, a noun, a verb, an adjective. Adjective, sorry. You see, Joe, I'm getting into character and slipping into Portuguese. See?
Genius.
spare me the grammatical torture.
So you see, Shiroi, you hate math. Nagi hates grammar. So there you go.
God forbid she encounter a grammar Nazi.
I love how I slipped up on the word grammatical when I read that line. Jesus Christ.
It's all connected.
Yes. But no, you see, Jova, it's all part of my plan. I'm getting into Motoi's character by accidentally slipping into Portuguese, and then you pop it into someone else's. Exactly. See, give them a sec to process this new info, and voila, you've changed their mind. And that's how you influence folks in the RG.
It's completely humane, we swear.
Sounds a touch more indirect than my own methodology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
And it's not invasive. Well, at least
You can't help that it's invasive.
at least not to the same extent. You're still technically, I guess it's still technically invasive because you're putting words into people's brains, I guess. So technically, it does still count as invasive. But yeah. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it, Wibbs. He slips into Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, and French. The whole multi-5, basically.
Well, no German. Though.
Oh yeah, that is true. No, he doesn't use German.
Sounds,
Yeah.
I don't know about this guy. Sounds a bit too differential to me.
Please stop.
Yeah, a little less. I'll stop when he stops.
Tio would like to know your location.
Well,
I already
a little
know.
less invasive. He
Yeah,
knows what
that's
to
true.
say.
You do know.
Well, it's been a blast, but I should probably get back to my team.
Hey, thanks for all your help.
Imagine then Sho steps out of the shadows and shoots him in the back just to gain his team's points.
Hey, no problem, mi amigo. Now it's Spanish again. Until we meet again, au revoir.
Afritose!
Or that,
Not
sure.
even close, Jova.
Vaya basta.
Huh. That guy didn't seem very rival-y to me. Oh, so it's like the rivals, every rival in Pokemon after Gen 2 to me, basically.
Me neither. Well, except Gladian.
I guess.
May have been a ruse meant to lower our defenses.
Oh, there you go. There's Nagi. Looks like Nagi also suspects him.
He may be setting you up for the top 10 anime betrayals.
Can it be that much of a betrayal, though, if you've not really known him all that well?
Well, maybe he wants you to think he's your friend right before the end. Or he could just be friendly.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Or maybe he has two personalities, one where he's friendly and the other where he's a conniving backstabber.
Yeah,
That's
inside
possible too.
you there are two wolves. One is Japanese, the other is American.
Or European in this case.
Well, the Stephanie. Okay, true, but it's like he was so fake nice that there's no way it wasn't real. You know?
Fred, have you ever heard of these things called actors?
Sort of.
You weren't paying that much attention, were you?
But go ahead.
I will concede that the information he provided about imprinting seems valuable.
Okay, here's the thing about Motoi. In the original Japanese script, because Matt Farda also explained this in an interview, in the Japanese script, Motoi always speaks in English terms at random. Like he's constantly infusing English words into his speech, and that's and when you see that in speech, for as much as we see it in anime, apparently when you say it like casually, in everyday conversation in Japanese, it's typically something that's annoying to Japanese people. Apparently, when you do that randomly,
It's a kind of a way to be a tryhard,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's why it's associated with Sonic.
yeah. So basically, Matt and his team, of course. Well, we can't. He's already speaking English in the English script, so obviously we need to change the joke. So they made it so that let's make him into a tourist who picks up on terms, and he uses various terms from these four countries to still achieve the same effect. As we saw, that's why he annoyed. In the Japanese script, Nagi gets annoyed by him for the reason that we've already explained. In the English script, Nagi doesn't like how he keeps randomly switching languages, so she gets annoyed. So again, still achieving the same effect. It's meant to come. Motoi is meant to come across as annoying. That's the point.
I'm guessing the reason why they didn't, do the polar opposite instead, it's mostly because the game is actually set in Japan, I guess.
Yeah.
Because usually when it comes to that kind of type of joke, the polar opposite is to make the character a weeaboo and having Japanese terms pushed into the English language.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sherry, please.
Rather foolish of a supposed rival to aid us in our plight.
Taylor brings up a good point. Even though the script is in English, these are still supposed to be Japanese people. They live in Shibuya. They bask in Japanese culture. So technically, them getting annoyed with Japanese terms technically still wouldn't make sense. So
What are you talking about, Pedro? We're totally in Boston, Tokyo. Yes.
Of course. I think Matt Farda and his team did a good decision. Like, it's a way to have foreign terms, as in foreign terms, non-Japanese terms, while still working when you're reading the English script, and achieving the same effect. Go ahead, Brooks.
Maybe he's not such a bad guy after all. If this game were localized fully by 4Kids, we'd probably call it Twerry City or something.
See, I told you so. Go on, too.
I'm just curious to see what it's gonna be for my country's language. I'll get to it eventually.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find a test. That's an interesting detail. For your language, it would actually work. Maybe it would work if... No,
just keeping the English, yes, because, the base language is neither Japanese or English.
Would having constant English terms over there also have the same annoying effect that it does to Japanese?
No, but it would the weeaboo that I explained. That's kind of what they did with one character in Project Crossover. It's supposed to be kind of like that.
Well, in that case, maybe they'll just use Japanese terms then.
Again, I'll be able to see that.
So and maybe just go for the weeaboo. But then again, like I said, the weeaboo effect doesn't work for the reasons I've already explained. So whatever. The point is, imprinting.
Actually,
all right, go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead.
I've seen a special case where a certain character actually does combine both English speak with Japanese language, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like as in they'll say,
go on.
Like as in they'll say,
Still.
they'll say stuff like "Choto a minute" or "Gomenasari," essentially.
Gomenasari.
Yeah, that's instead one thing that a lot of visual novels that are translated these days tend to do in trying to bridge in the gap, and most of the time it really doesn't work.
Sayonara is one of them as well.
All right, just to recap what I read there in the bio, Motoi used to be an influencer when he was alive. As for canon, her adorable disposition and enchanting words have left countless players falling at her feet, only to find themselves with their points stolen and their respective teams heading toward erasure. Again, femme fatale.
She really is the Rouge of this game.
Basically, yeah. You were trying to say something, Shiroi, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, Wales is quite different from Japan in that regard, because a lot of the time the people who do speak Welsh, like, we're like one of those people who will start a sentence in English and then you won't be able to understand the rest at all because we just suddenly switch to Welsh. And sometimes it's the other way around. Start in Welsh, end in English.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how the format of the language works over there?
No, people just do that.
No, it should be either all English or all Welsh.
Kids are wondering instead, because what the hell can you say to get people to buy something so damn ugly?
So he himself knows that the pigs are ugly.
I mean, he needs to sell the product. That doesn't mean he has to like it.
Yeah, obviously. See, even Ryoji knows he has no clue how to sell those things.
Market them like squishmallows.
So, what now? Give up?
Basically, we're going to try out our imprinting on him. We come up with a cool slogan for him to use.
And this will help us win somehow.
Well, what about the golden pig?
Oh, dang, that's right. Thanks for the reminder.
Whoa. Lost your concentration there a bit, didn't you?
This could be the opportune moment to test out our new ability.
And that's how this fits in with the mission.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you're not calling this pig a cat, considering the running joke.
Well, you see, Shiroi, that one...
No, that joke only applies to Mr. Mew, Shiroi.
That being said,
Mr. Mew just... gone.
Influence over the actions of others could prove invaluable.
Yes, too?
That's the thing. Again, they didn't even do it in the anime. So I part of me pondered if it was a thing, it was, something, a type of joke association completely different in the script as well, but I have nothing to prove that. So unless I stumble into, evidence of that, I guess it's just a thing they forgot to add.
And Melee Shiki's week gets cut down so much in the anime, that was probably something that ended up on the chopping board.
Because even if you don't pay attention to the script, if you look at the cutscene in the clothing store, whenever they bring up Mr. Mew and they even show the photo of Mr. Mew, there's something that Neku says that gets her riled up. So Neku does say something that gets her annoyed. Even if for whatever reason Koji Fox decided to alter what he says, technically we know that he is meant to annoy her in some way. So technically the effect is still being...
sure. I just want to know what the truth is, whatever it is.
I get the feeling it's probably either the same thing or something very close. So
there's a lot the anime didn't do.
Yeah. The main thing with the anime is that they have to cram the entire thing into all the episodes, so they have to basically rush the whole thing anyway. So they couldn't afford to do that anyway. Let's just give him a little nudge, and then bam, Dunzo, out of here. Dunzo, out of here. Go ahead.
Alright, so what should we imprint on him?
Fuck. No.
Drink more Ovaltine.
Screw the pig.
Don't bother selling it. I got it, guys, I got it.
Yes.
Got him. Here's something big in print on him, and he'll listen to it. Don't sell that stuff. Don't bother. It's shit.
That's the opposite of what we want.
But yeah,
No. Just give up and leave and sell. I don't know, soap or something.
I only have one more thing to say about localization, quickly before we finish. I've already said everything about Motoi, so I don't need to say anything more. But fun fact: Black Jupiter, if you don't know who that is, he runs a dedicated TWEWY channel. He recently released a localization video on the first TWEWY, so feel free to go watch it. In fact, thanks to his video, I discovered something. About how I've talked about how I have no problem with the way Matt and his team handled Coco in A New Day, because again, giving a Reaper internet terminology and memes is exactly something Kanda would do.
I did mention that it was a thing that was annoying me on a personal level.
Oh yeah, sure. No, I get that too. Guess what? He did. Not with Coco, but with Uzuki. In the original Japanese script, Uzuki is apparently constantly using internet terminology and meme speak to, quote unquote, as the Japanese put it, come across as a trendy girl. Apparently that's how they call it. But Koji Fox decided to change it because I guess at that point in 2008, America still was not as, the meme speak was still not as prevalent.
No, there were again. Remember, this was around the same time of the first Ace Attorney, which had Salmonella use lead speak, for example, and there was also the Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, which had the Koopas doing that.
Well, I can tell you that Koji Fox decided to change Uzuki's dialogue to not have the internet speak. So that's an interesting thing. So. That's an interesting bit of trivia from the localization that I learned thanks to his video. So Black Jupiter, check out the video, everybody. It's an interesting watch. Sorry. So see you for the next part, everybody, where we learn imprinting.
Yeah.
Ciao.
See ya.